Hey there, Kansas City. Stephen St. John here with the latest episode of Hot Mic with SSJ. I'm back from my vacation, my lengthy vacation, according to some people. And my reply is to you, don't fucking worry about how much time I take off. I've been here for almost 25 years, and written into my contract, I get 17 weeks of vacation. That's you know what? That's overstating.
1/3 of the year.
Plenty.
Take your time.
I'm going to be like Howard Stern, where I take a season of vacation and come back.
Johnny
changes.
Carson used to just not do Fridays.
Right. But I'm here for Hot Mic with SSJ. I've got Todd Lebo with me, but most importantly, I've got Patrick Carter with me, KCFarmersAgent.com. He does not take a vacation from taking care of you and watching over you. Like a stalker, he'll watch every move you make. No, he won't. I mean, he could. I mean, I fucking might. I don't know. I can't answer for what he does. All I know is that he will provide you with the peace of mind that you are fully covered and protected, whatever you do. And he's local. He's not one of these 1-800 numbers, these people that don't fucking know anything that's going on in town. He's Kansas City through and through. Patrick Carter, KCFarmersAgent.com. is our sponsor. All right? He's sticking with us. And I'll stick with you, Patrick Carter. And I'll stick with you, Todd Lebo.
Through your 12-week vacation?
I'm back.
You really weren't gone that many days.
No.
But it just kind of stretched over 3 weekends somehow.
That's right. That's right. We had a lot. Here's the thing. And I get it, trust me. For people that do not have their kids in Catholic schools, they don't understand all the pomp and circumstance that we go through.
The sinners.
For the 8th grade. Yes, that's right. For 8th grade graduation. I totally understand that. All right? But this is, in many ways, there's more events and more things to do with the 8th grade graduation than high school graduation or college graduation.
Definitely more than college.
Yeah. Yes. And so, we had the May crowning. Which 2 young ladies in the 8th grade class were selected to bring the crown on a pillow to Mother Mary, and then one girl to place the crown upon her head. And Julia St. John was one of the 2 picked.
Really?
Selena St. John was not.
Oh, boy.
So there's some
strife,
finger pointing going on there.
Accusations.
But you know what? Hey, it was Julia's time to shine. But then at the graduation, 2 kids got up and gave a speech, their class reflections, and Selena was one of those 2.
Did you cry? Can I make you cry right now?
Are you fucking kidding me? Listen to me. Just a little bit of backstory here. Okay, and we had been through it. We had been through the May crowning, the passing of the torch mass, the final walk down the hall. We had service day where me and Susan and another parent drove the kids to Harvesters, and we worked in the warehouse for a couple of hours, which was really cool.
How much did you eat that day?
I did not eat anything.
Okay,
well, we ate McDonald's before.
And your field day?
We had we had like a day of recreation where we went to Big Biscuit and had a nice breakfast.
That's recreation.
We started off with Big Biscuit. These kids got to eat.
Go work it off. Yeah, you got to eat.
And then we went to went to main event for like 6 hours, and it was like,
that's a lot.
Get me out of here by the end of that deal, right? And then we went to, I think, Freddy's from ice cream, whatever.
Sounds like a lot of eating.
Yeah, really. And so,
have they actually done the graduation yet?
Yeah, and then they had the graduation. So, and
there's a video you showed me that was from graduation.
Yes.
Okay.
And so she gets up there, and she had been working on a speech. She didn't want any help. She did not want any input. And I didn't. She told me she was doing something, but she didn't tell me exactly what she was doing. And so then we get there, and I look in the program, and it says class reflections, and Selena St. John. I said, oh boy, this is pretty heavy. And so she gets up there, and she starts her speech and starts talking about how much she's going to miss being with her classmates that she's been with for the last 9 years. And then she just starts crying. And she up at the
she's looking out, seeing her classmates.
Lectern, right. And then I'm recording, and I start crying. I don't even, But
You were crying at the Big Biscuit.
okay, so like, remember the scene from Stand By Me where the pie eating contest and the fat kid eats all the pie and then
They all
throws
start
up
puking.
and he makes everyone else. She started crying. All the parents started crying.
Pussies.
Like ugly crying. That's right. Absolutely. We're all pussies. That's exactly right. And so
You're blubbering.
No, I'm trying no, because I'm recording.
Yeah, you were holding it together.
And there's like 3 different times. Like, so then she went to each student. There's only 12, including them, 12 or 13 kids in the class. And she'd go to each kid, so-and-so, I'm going to remember this, and you were always that, or what, something.
She skipped her sister.
Something. Well, no, she even included her sister.
Really?
Said something nice about each of the kids. And so then, just to make a long story short, when Richie, my firstborn, was starting school, my mom, who's no longer with us, she basically went on a one-woman tour of all the Catholic schools that he could possibly go to. And she visited every one of them. And when she went to St. Gabe's, she came home. She said, that's the school he's going to go to. That's, it's like family. They seem like they want us there. They're very receptive. I just get a good feel about it. It's a smaller school, so fewer kids per teacher.
And you hadn't gone there?
No.
So there was a fresh start.
Right. The school that I went to was in Northeast.
Yeah.
It was St. John's Catholic School, and that no longer existed by that point. And we had moved up north. And so I trusted her, and it wasn't the Catholic school that was closest to our house, but she had a list of things. It checked all the boxes, right? And she had told me, because she knew, she had a pretty good idea that she wasn't going to be around long enough to see the boys, because when she passed away, Richie was 9 and Phil was 3. She wasn't going to see the boys graduate from grade school. She didn't, and we hadn't had the girls, and so, but she made me promise a couple of times, whatever you do, just I want these kids to go through Catholic school, and I want them to go to St. Pius.
And as many times as I've fought against this,
right,
you've told me to fuck off.
My dad fought against it. My dad's wife fought against it. A lot of people fought against it. Tell me you could have a bigger house, you could have this, that. I said, I'm investing in my kids, and I'm fucking. Listen to me. I fucked up a lot of things that my mom wanted me to do. Right?
Really?
Yes. I wasn't going to fuck this up. I made her this promise, and she would always tell me, she goes, you don't think so. You don't realize it. But especially for you, going to Catholic school and going to St. Pius, it helped you. Because I was exposed to a lot of bad influences that I'm just going to tell you, hey, a lot of kids went to Northeast High School and made it out of there. Okay, I would not have been one of them, because I was influenced by my older cousin, Tony, and he was a pot dealer and other stuff, and he was just, there was too much access and too much temptation. They had to get me out of there, right? And so that's why I went to St. John's and I went to St. Pius. And so I made her that promise, not knowing that I was going to have 2 more kids and girls, right? Mm-hmm. And yes, it was a financial sacrifice for a while. I mean, there were times like when I sent Richie to St. Pius, like, I don't fucking know how I'm going to do this. So that's why over the years you think, why does St. John work so many jobs? How come he's this and that? That's fucking why. But that's all right. I'm
Does
good
this guy
with it.
sleep?
That's right. And so it was a big deal to me, because these were our last 2 kids going through St. Gabe's, and we had a kid there for 22 straight years. And so it was all like we were graduating, and we're just the nature of it. We were very invested there. I coached, helped coach the boys' basketball teams and the girls' basketball teams, and my wife volunteered, and we just we were very invested in that school. So it was a sad time, but it was also very happy, because, watching my kids, my last 2 kids go to advance to St. Pius. And so she's reading the speech, and then she gets to it, and she goes, and one more person I want to thank. And I had no idea, but I talked to my girls about my mom and try to show them pictures and try to explain, because she had so much influence in my life. My mom was my best friend. I try to tell, this is why I'm such a big Elvis fan, or this is why, just a lot of things that my mom influenced in my life. And I tell them, but you don't know if your kids listen. You tell your kids shit. You don't know if it sticks, or if it's just one ear out the other. Oh, he's talking about grandma again. And they never met her, so it's hard. But she gets to the end of the speech, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing here. I have it folded up in my car with tear stains on it from my mascara. And so she says, one last I want to thank is my grandma, Babe. That was my mom's nickname, Babe. Because she picked out this school for my siblings, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be standing here today, and I wouldn't have made these great friendships and relationships, and I just fucking lost. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I didn't make any sounds or anything, but I cried like Nick Sirianni in the fucking Super Bowl, like big giant tears just came down, like I could have watered someone's plants with my fucking eyes, and I couldn't believe it. I go, oh, she's talking about my mom.
She listened.
It was too much. It was too much, right? And then I look, and I'm trying not to,
look around.
But that's, and every fucking parent's crying because it was really weird because of like the 13 or 14 families, like 10 or 11 of them. That was their youngest kid, their last kid. We were all moving on, and they do a thing during the mass where the kid brings the rose to the parents and thanks them for the, and most of us going on to St. Pius will be able to hang out and be together because the great parents in the class, but. I was a fucking emotional wreck, and that was just in the culmination of it. I got through it, but man, like every day, and I was so happy. Like that's one of the reasons why
you were supposed to do the show that Friday, and then you're like, oh, it's too much.
Oh fuck, dude, we didn't get home till midnight that night.
Midnight.
Then we were like, we found
food.
We found a Mexican restaurant that was open late enough, so we all go like in our suits and gowns and shit to a Mexican restaurant like at fucking 9 p.m. on a Thursday. And we just had it out there and ate and talked and laughed and had all 4 kids together, which is a difficult proposition nowadays. Yeah, so I was a wreck. But, dude, it was
22 years at the school. So this is interesting. This morning, I was out for a walk, exercising like I do, right? What the fuck are you drinking? What is that? Hold that up. What are you drinking?
That's going to make me vomit.
What is it?
Listen, I stopped taking my Metamucil, and my stomach's been all fucked up, and I've not been regular, okay?
Why is it bubbling?
So I have my Metamucil powder, and you're supposed to mix it with a bottle of water, right? I can't find any bottles of water.
We have tap water.
I'm not drinking tap
Settle down,
water.
Jake. You can
I'm
have
not
tap
water. The next thing you know, I'm going to grow a fucking third arm. I'm not doing that. So I find, and I know it's fucking Nate's, because Nate drinks this shit. And Nate has tried to tell me, oh, LaCroix tastes, there's like a LaCroix flavored cola. It tastes just like, it doesn't. No. It tastes like cola that's been left open for 3 days in someone's car, okay? Yeah. And so I found a can of LaCroix. I don't even know what the fuck this is.
It says
Pamplemousse.
Oh, Pamplemousse.
What the fuck is Pamplemousse?
So you're drinking Metamucil Pamplemousse?
So I said, oh, well, it's water. So I took the sparkling Pamplemousse LaCroix and mixed it with my Metamucil, and this is the.
That looks thick.
Let me tell you something. It tastes.
That's not
like
as much
shit.
water. I mean, normally it's a bigger thing of water. Let me have a pull off that.
You know what's up? Tell me how would you describe that thick sludge?
You can't get through the top of it. I can't.
Well, that's turned into like a little bit of a sludge.
I'm doing it. That's fucking gross.
Yeah, I'm not fucking denying it.
I'm out for a walk this morning, and everyone's got their class of 23s out, signs and all this shit, right? And I don't know these people. They're in my neighborhood. Look at it. Won't come down the straw. That's fucking gross.
Stuck in there.
And these people had a class of 23.
This is gonna make me shit good.
Senior sign in their yard and a welcome to the farm, which is Longview Farm Elementary. So they have an incoming kindergartner.
Oh boy.
And an outgoing senior.
Oh boy.
That's a lot of difference between there.
Yeah.
And so one of my buddies knows these people, and they were going to have 26 years in consecutive of someone at the elementary school by us. Now it's only K through 6, so that's really spaced their kids out.
We had a family that had 27 and a half years straight.
Woo. So you want to hear a graduation story? For my daughter graduated from college.
Congratulations.
Last week from a master's. She's already gotten her undergrad. So we go down to Mizzou last Friday.
Right.
And we were the very first graduation at Mizzou Arena on Friday. It was just like 3 days of graduations. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they had graduations. Saturday's the big day with all the undergrads, pack the house, whatever. Friday was you had to be getting a master's in some sciences and education, and then there was J school the next, whatever. So there wasn't going to be a big crowd, right? But so we go down there, we drive down, just us and her, because her brother refused to go.
Why?
He's the worst. I don't know. He didn't go to her undergrad. Well, actually, undergrad was COVID, and he was thankful. Anyway, he wouldn't take off half a day of work to go see his little sister get a master's. I don't know.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Right.
He's a horrible brother. But we drive down, and so we go to Mizzou Arena, and so we get there, and we go in. She goes and meets her friends from her group of data science, analytics, biohealth friends.
Right.
You know that group.
Right.
The crazy group.
Right.
And so Denise and I go sit down, and I want to get somewhere where I can take a decent picture. This thing's getting streamed so my parents could watch at home or whatever, but I wanted to get on the side to get a good picture. So we go over to the side, and I'm in the front row. They have pushed the little seats back, so there's about 8 feet up from the floor. And we sit down, and like, all right, well, if she sits on this side, we'll see her walk across the stage. It'll be good. And we text her where we're on the left side, whatever. And these people come behind us, and they sit down. It's this, I don't know who these fucking people are. They're from St. Louis, but it's a girl who's graduating. Figures. And, like, her boyfriend's dad and whatever. So there's, like, 3 adults who are probably, like, my age, and there's, like, 4 20-something-year-old whatever, siblings and boyfriends or whatever. And this fucking guy behind us is a loud talker. And Denise,
I'd have told him to shut the fuck up.
Denise had to lean forward. This guy was talking so loud about crown molding and all this fucking shit. And
what do you have to say about crown molding?
Loves it.
Okay,
I mean, you put crown molding up, it's instant gratification.
Okay.
When you put crown
Fair
molding
point.
up. So his daughter's boyfriend's dad was next to us, behind us and more behind me, and he was actually had a construction business. So this fucking guy knew a lot about crown molding.
Right.
And they were talking about crown molding, and Denise kept looking at me, we got to fucking move. I can't sit here. I can't do it. I said, do you really want to move? She goes,
You can't turn around and just say, hey.
No, we were 30 minutes before the ceremony. This wasn't during the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
So then Addie and her friends walk out. We take a picture, and they go to the other side. And I'm like, well, fuck, this is not going to help me taking a picture. They're on the other side. So I said, this is an opportunity. Do you want to move? And she's like, I don't really want to move. I said, are you going to be happier if you're not by this guy? And she says, yes. So we moved, and we weren't there. So I'm a surreptitious recorder. Mm-hmm. So I record part of this guy's conversation. I just called it in my phone, Loud Talkers.
Let's hear it.
MU graduation. The line somewhere in here, this guy is divorced. I don't know why he'd gotten divorced. Maybe the loud talking.
Maybe because he don't shut the fuck up.
He didn't shut up, but they were behind us. They're behind us.
They're not. Like, they still come and celebrate each other as a couple. That's good.
Okay.
So it's good. We're blended, but we always say we're blended and blessed. So sometimes it works out.
Blended but blessed.
Right.
That was the line that got me. I was like, all right, I'm moving. I don't want to sit here and listen to blended but best. So we end up moving, and we go sit down right on what would be the baseline, and we have a better view of the whole thing. And I look over when this thing starts. I could see this guy still fucking talking. I was 30 yards away from him.
He ain't going to stop.
This guy is talking about crown molding, being blended but best, and all this shit. And I was just like, wow. I'm glad we got away from this guy. But the ceremony was fine, and she graduated. So then we got Shakespeare's Pizza beforehand. So we did a little – and we, of course, went to the Mizzou bookstore because where's the cheapest place to buy all the things you need?
That's the best place to get things.
That's the best place to get things.
Get a sweatshirt for $90?
We got that. You got to say alumni on it, or whatever. So the funny part of the end of the graduation, she went to Truman State, so she's not a Missouri Tiger. Okay, she is now one basketball game when she was like. I tried to explain to her that Mizzou Arena used to be called the Page Arena.
Because your wife did go to Mizzou.
She went to Mizzou, and I think we went to one basketball game down there with the kids, like maybe the first year Mizzou Arena opened. Not while it was the Page, but close. I explained to her what Page Arena was. Right. And she's like, oh, let me tell you, they got canceled about something. I said, well, no, not exactly for that. But anyways, she cheated on school, or the other school. But a lot of the kids who were there were getting masters, and they were Mizzou kids, right? Her master's was online, So these people were from all over the country, and they weren't Missouri Tigers, right? So they get to the end, and this girl, really good singer, she's getting a master's in music. She sang the national anthem. It was fucking awesome. And then at the end, she's going to sing the alma mater,
Right.
And I'm like, Addie's got no fucking clue what's going on. And then it gets to,
You know that, don't you?
I know all this shit because I've been down there like 100 times for stuff. And after it was over, I said, what did you think of the songs and stuff? She goes, you could really tell who like went to school there and had been to 50 basketball games. And her was like, I don't know these fucking songs.
If it was online,
I said, now you're a Tiger.
right? If it was online, why didn't she like go to the University of Phoenix?
She could have.
National American.
She could have, but she got into this thing. So now she's a true Tiger. And then, her boyfriend goes to school at KU on this pharmacology thing. But she's got some Mizzou clothes that she will wear in Lawrence.
So then, what's she gonna be? Like, what's her profession that she wants to be?
She's a researcher at Children's Mercy. She's been doing that the whole time she got this degree. But she will be a data scientist at Children's Mercy Research Institute, whatever that's.
Would she like to be a data scientist at Pro Football Focus with Eric Eager?
She knows all of that math, but I think you also have to understand like what that's for. She really likes.
So could she help me with my
stuff.
fantasy football draft, or is that not something that she?
I don't know. She'd love to make a spreadsheet for you about
See?
it though. But yeah, so she's a data scientist, I guess.
So like, but what's like the dream job with that? Like when she reaches like her goal, like
I think
what will she?
things like that. I mean, she really enjoys numbers and health, and some of this stuff with diseases and.
Will she be able to find a cure for anything?
Well, she's not a researcher that way. She's more the numbers cruncher.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, she likes that stuff. So yeah, it felt different than I got my journalism degree.
Does she do your taxes?
No, she didn't do her own tax. She needs to do that.
Wow.
But now I catch this shit because my wife has a master's in education from UMKC, and now my daughter's got a master's.
Should I go back and pursue my master's?
You probably have enough hours.
What would I pursue? Like, what would be good for me?
Master's in broadcasting.
Right.
I don't know why. But
You
yeah,
may have that?
graduation. No, I didn't cry though.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So yeah. So now I'm out.
No, I fucking cried.
Out graduated.
You talk about loud talkers like for a week and a half at all these fucking events, right? And look, okay, don't get it
Well, you're going to
twisted.
probably talk about someone that you know. Don't do this.
I'm not talking about nobody I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, look, my job. What's my job?
Talking.
Fucking talking. When I'm at an event,
You don't want to talk about the
hey,
Royals?
it'd be like last night. I was at an event that I was emceeing with the Monarchs at the Grand Falloon. People come up and talk to me. I'm happy to talk because that's
Yes.
what I'm there for. All right.
Your graduation?
I'm gonna come off sound like an asshole, but whatever.
Don't say it.
When I am someplace that I'm not there for work
Like a Mexican restaurant at 9 o'clock.
or wherever, I promise you with all my heart, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to fucking talk to you. And this is not directed at any one person, okay? If you're thinking, is he talking about me? The answer is yes.
Probably so, yeah.
I don't want to talk. I just don't want to talk. That doesn't make me a dickhead, and that doesn't mean you're a bad person. I just don't want to talk. I want to be left to my own devices. I get accused of this. I'm picture taking dad.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was funny, they played the class the video where they show like each kid through the years,
Every picture was
and then they
yours.
show all the 8th grade. And I was in so many. It was embarrassing. I was in so many fucking pictures. And then like even like when they did the final walk down the hall, here comes all the kids, and then there's me with the camera like walking down. Like it was like I was in the fucking 8th grade, right? But I coach a lot of stuff. But also that was a nice comment because it made me feel good. Because look how involved I was.
You were there.
With my girls, so I loved it. But I'm picture taking dad, and I like to sit and listen and hear what people have to say and just chill the fuck out, right? Like when I go to a game of my daughters, or when I'm not coaching, or like when I go to track and field to watch Julia, or to practice.
You don't
I
want
go
to
to
talk
the
about
bleachers.
Bobby Witt's OPS?
I go to the farthest fucking corner of the bleachers.
You just don't like people.
Maybe, I don't know, but there's a big area where it's very clear that I have chosen to sit
away.
by myself alone, right? And some people don't pick up on that. And so I had to use many evasive tactics throughout
Pick your
throughout
phone
the
up.
10 days.
I got to get this. Hold
right,
on.
you know, just moving around because I feel like I'm being cornered, like I'm a caged animal. I'm feeling, you know, like, oh boy, looks like that person wants to talk. Oh, they definitely want to talk, and I'll have to get out of there. I'll throw Susan under the bus and push her. Hey, you talk to her, and I just don't wanna. Does that make me bad?
No.
That make me a bad person?
You like your time.
Every once in a while, I'll talk with you, but normally I won't.
Especially during an emotional week.
That's right, and I did not, and I wanted to experience everything and take it all in. You know.
So are you thinking about having some more kids?
I told I kind of kidded with Susan about that. She didn't like the joke.
I don't like that joke
You know?
either. Here's what you don't need.
What?
Any more kids.
What if I want them?
You don't. Go adopt another cat.
That's the one thing we don't fucking need. We don't need any more cats.
Get a dog.
We don't need any more dogs.
How
We
about
had
a
two
bird?
dogs. We had a bird that died.
Oh.
That bird did not last very long in our house.
How
Our
about a
house-
guinea pig?
One of the girls asked about that. I said, "Fuck no."
I got
Stop.
a buddy
No.
that got suckered into guinea pigs.
No. I'm not doing no more pets. We went and looked at fish the other day. I go,
Why?
these fucking aquariums, that's a high dollar
Yeah.
deal when you start buying this shit. So I tried to put
You get so
put
much
down on
affection
that.
from a fish. You just pat
Well,
it and hug it.
Okay. So now I'm back. Now I'm good. I feel good about everything. I was very thankful to be able to spend all that time with my family. Now the girls are in workouts because if you're an incoming freshman girl and you have to have you're going to play volleyball
Give 'em a
or
fucking
basketball.
break.
They already work. They've been working out for a month on Mondays and Wednesdays, getting fucking strong. And then my daughter, she was going to play volleyball. She's played 3 or 4 years of volleyball. She's good. She's good enough, but she's very good athlete. Basketball's the number one sport.
They got that St. John
I'd
height.
take her to a fucking Savannah Bananas game. You ever been to a Savannah
I've
Bananas?
just seen the videos. I heard it was
Let me
awesome.
tell you something, people. That is one of the most entertaining events I've ever been to in my life. And my daughter started to follow them because they're real popular with the kids on TikTok.
Yes.
And I didn't know how popular, like everyone in her class and all the kids, they love these Savannah Bananas. It was a big deal. We went out there on the Saturday they were there. It was like going to a Chiefs game. The parking lot was filled. Took us 45 minutes to get out of there. Every seat. It was awesome. She loved it so much that she was out there
She wants to be a banana?
at the ballpark. No, she played 1 year of softball. So we leave there, and she says, I know it's not the same. Do you think it's too late for me to switch from volleyball to softball? I just feel like this is something that I just enjoy being out at the ballpark. And I'm like, hey, volleyball's great. And I've been to plenty of her volleyball games. But I like going to the ballpark, having a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
They got a new softball field at Pius with an indoor training facility, and they should be able to use that. I said, let's fucking go. So now I'm a softball dad.
Softball dad.
I went to the meeting. Let's go. All right. And I'm going to get out there and try to help her and, get her hooked up with
Missouri
maybe
and
Jamie
Oklahoma
Bluma.
are in a regional together this week.
Yeah, Oklahoma's the best team in the nation. They're going to fucking destroy Mizzou. Right?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably so.
How many championships they won in a row? 2 back-to-back or what?
2,
I don't know.
4, 5, 6 total of their
So it was very exciting, but that's our summer. There will be no vacation or anything else because they got workouts, they got camps. I mean, they're already basically in high
I can
school.
expect you in the studio at 6
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't
just
fucking say
checking.
that. There'll be a little trip to Lake Tahoe at some point. Okay, so one of the other things that I did that I thought about you, because the last time I went to this venue, I was with you sitting in the front row watching Jack White. We went to see Tenacious D.
At
Have you ever
Starlight.
seen Tenacious D?
I saw Tenacious D.
Were you with me? Ever?
They opened for Kid Rock, I think, right?
Yeah, at Municipal.
In Municipal. I don't think we were sitting together.
sat
but
second
I
row
was,
for that.
Yeah, I was in the regular seats.
I love Tenacious D.
Yeah.
And I've loved them since they had their short-lived TV show on HBO. And we had a fun fact that we found out that I looked at. So in preparation of going to see Tenacious D again, I was watching some episodes of their old TV show.
Very subversive show.
And it's
wild.
it says created by Jack Black, Kyle Gass, and that's Tenacious D, Jack and KG, David Cross, and Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
And
Mr.
you
Show
love
guys.
Bob
Oh.
Odenkirk.
And David Cross is funny
But who's
too.
Bob Odenkirk?
He's Saul
Goodman. And this guy was one of the geniuses that created Tenacious D.
Yes.
And I couldn't get over that shit, right?
He's insanely funny. And those guys, the best thing about Tenacious D is they really can play guitar too.
Dude,
It's
it
fucking
was
great.
so good. And
Yeah.
they came out and the only problem I had was they didn't play enough of their old school stuff. They didn't play Kielbasa. Like, how do you not play,
Really?
your butt cheeks is warm. But one of the coolest fucking things, and I don't know, this is the world we live in, man. It was such a bizarre moment. And so it's me and my wife, because she loves Jack Black and Tenacious D. Both Richie and Phil are there. They love Tenacious D. We took my friend Anthony Gialdi because it was his birthday 2 days before, and he was the one, me and him started watching Tenacious D back in the day. So he's a longtime Tenacious D fan. And then Richie's girlfriend went. So we're all there sitting 6 seats together to Starlight. And so their encore song, what do you think their encore song was?
Fuck Her Gently.
Fuck Her Gently.
Okay.
And everyone turns on the fucking lights. It's just kind of a weird fucking moment in my life. I'm sitting there with my wife, one of my best friends, my 2 sons, his girlfriend, and we're all... How many people are at Starlight? Because it was sold out.
Like 10,000 maybe, or
10,000 people all in unison. You don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you got to make some love and fucking give her some smooches too. And everyone knows the words.
Oh my
and you know how fucking dirty that song is, right?
Yeah.
And there's people of every age
singing it.
Old people,
young people,
fucking hippies, a huge stoner element out there, kids, these
Next
boys,
generation.
These boys of mine that grew up on Tenacious D, and they're all singing a song called "Fuck Her Gently," and I'm like, and I recorded it. I'd have fucking.
That's funny.
You pull that one out.
What I remember about seeing them when they opened for Kid Rock was the pyrotechnics with the Nerf stomper. And because we had that exact same Nerf rocket thing at my house that my kids had, and they just, there was like the big finish of a song, they'd stomp on the thing, and a Nerf rocket would go like 20 feet into the crowd. It was like, that was the pyrotechnics. Just so fucking funny.
Dude, it was a blast, but it was such a weird, let me see.
Because they haven't toured like that in a while, right?
It's been several years.
Yeah, a long time.
Like, I didn't know if they were ever going to come back.
Because they're not kids either now. I mean, they're like 50-some years old.
And it was... Here.
This is the last song of the night. Yeah,
you hear me get into it.
whether you be gay, straight, whatever fuck style you prefer. Listen closely.
But listen to the crowd.
Always have to fuck her hard. Sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you got to make some love.
It was like one of the best experiences, but also
Fucking
the weirdest.
hilarious.
Like, should I be here singing this with my wife and
your
sons?
kids?
But you know what? Fuck yeah.
Well, they're grown.
Either 26 and 20, yeah.
They're
But it was
grown.
hilarious.
They're grown.
And so I thoroughly enjoyed that. But then my wife hurt my feelings, and she didn't realize it.
What'd she do?
Have you seen Jack White lately?
He's bearded and
He looks, I will admit to her, he looks hobo-ish.
yes, he doesn't look fit and
But
cleaned up.
if you haven't realized, if you haven't noticed, I'm going through it now. I've made the transition
Your beard.
to Dr.
Natural.
Silverbeard, to Santa, to Stephen Santa Claus,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay? And fine. I used to fucking use Just for Men. Okay? It's just so natural, just for men. I saw the commercial where Emmett Smith was in a fucking rocking chair and sad, and then they used Just for Men, and he was happy and vibrant. I wanted
Clyde
to be like
Frazier
that.
used to do it
That's
too.
right.
Yeah.
And so remember, he goes, your beard is weird, and then they used it.
Yeah.
And so I used it for a while, for a long, because and then I don't even really know when this happened, because I would whenever get a
Who
little bit gray,
knows? Yeah.
I never let it go all the way.
You don't know what's going on under there.
Right. And so after I had back surgery and shit, I said, you know what? First of all, they fucking raised the price. It went from like fucking $9 to $12, and it pissed me off.
It's going to take a dent out of your
Right.
Catholic school budget.
Yes.
sacrifices.
Second of all, I just got tired of doing it.
Yeah, it's work.
Because then like everything, like after back surgery, everything was a fucking task, And so I said, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. And then, so it started to grow. And I go, holy shit, this whole fucking thing's white, right? And then, motherfuckers on social media, shut the fuck up. Whatever, this is me, all right? so I'm still getting comfortable in it.
Yes.
And some people make smart ass comments, whatever. But I'm still
Yeah, Jack's beard's a little bit bigger.
Right.
He hasn't shaved in a while. He doesn't go
But
get his shit
I
trimmed up.
saw it, and it's great, and it made me kind of feel like, okay, so Jack Black's got a fucking white beard now too, and I love him.
We're all good.
And so I'm good. That gave
He
me
could
some confidence.
use trimming it up.
Right, but I wasn't thinking that.
Yes.
Okay. So the next day,
He should probably give up on his hair too.
the
by the
next
way.
day, my wife says something effective. I just can't believe how he's let himself go. He just looked terrible. And of course, in the whole time I'm hearing her like, you look fucking terrible too, you old man. And I fucking put my hands like, and so then I didn't say, like 2 nights later, I go, you really hurt my feelings the other day. When? I said, what you said about Jack Black, because he had given me confidence. And
Yes.
and then she went and said, well, you know what? He didn't need to trim it up, and it's all wild.
Okay,
You know,
there you go,
I don't fucking try to.
You're well kept.
Okay, I am well kept. And now here's the other thing. Since we were talking
You're
about Bob
fastidious.
Odenkirk. Now I've been, okay, look at me. I've been living a lie. All right?
More than just this beard.
I've been living a fucking lie. I never watched Breaking Bad. I never watched it, okay? And this guy right here, Todd Lebo, has been on my ass for years.
Only about 10 years.
Watch Breaking Bad. And so finally, I'll be honest, I'd fucking heard enough from you. And you know what propelled me to watch it besides you? I was listening to Bob Odenkirk on the Howard Stern show. And man, did I like this fucking guy. I really, what a great interview. I'd really, hearing him talk about Saturday Night Live when he was, a writer there. You know what?
This guy's fucking funny.
Fucking go watch Breaking Bad. I'm going to start watching this. And I wanted to try to watch the whole thing and not tell you, and then all of a sudden just start dropping shit
You're
on
not
me.
done yet, though.
I'm not done. But so now I've gotten to the point where I feel comfortable. Like, say for instance, I always knew like the fucking great line of I am the one who knocks. I knew that happened.
Spoiler alert right now, by the way.
Oh yeah, if you haven't
seen
fucking, well, you know what? Fuck you. You haven't watched it. Shut up. Have you watched it? Okay, he knows.
Of course he watched
and
it.
so there's no of course. There's no of course.
Yes, there isn't, of course.
And so
he's not a liar.
I knew that was going to be a big moment in the series.
Yeah.
And I'm waited season 2, season. I go, when does he fucking say this? And I'm not going to look at anything. And I really don't know much, right? And so I waited. I've been waiting patiently, and finally, it's like a big moment in my life. Like 5 days ago, we got to the episode where he goes, I am the one who knocks. But it wasn't, he didn't deliver it like I expected it. And it was a little underwhelming because I had built myself, this is going to be such a big moment. He says it to some fucking drug dealer or something. But I got to, now I know, now I'm living a life where I know,
You know what it
Walter
is.
White said, I am the one who knocks. And so now you told me the other day to get through those episodes. You want me to get through? I got through them.
You got through those?
I got through these motherfuckers.
You like Don Eladio?
Let me tell you something. Fucking Gus went back there and fucking made him drink that fucking tainted tequila and put that motherfucker out. And here's the thing, though, I have to ask you. Could he have really gone to the bathroom and made himself vomit quickly enough where that fucking poison would have killed him?
It's TV. I
I'm
mean,
just asking,
it seemed like they'd probably been there about an hour. I don't know how fast the poison worked. He kind of went in about halfway through, went
this
to
is
the bathroom.
very exciting
Took
to
his
me.
little vial of shit.
I'm watching this like it's a fucking new show.
Because he took an antidote.
Yeah.
And then he threw up too.
Okay. And so we're now it's 5 seasons, right? We're at the season.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. So right before that, before they went to the fucking
Yeah.
party and he killed him, when he goes and Jesse has to prove himself as the chemist.
Yeah.
And the dude who's the guy, you remember what he was in 24?
Oh yeah.
He was 24 guy. I forget his name on 24, but he's a British actor, I think, or something.
Okay.
But and so Jesse had to prove himself. He could make the 96% pure shit, and the fucking chemist understood English. He would go get my acetylene acid, bitch.
So that's right. So I'm in the season finale. When I go home today, we're gonna watch the season.
Face off. It's a face off.
We're the season finale of season 4.
Yes. That's
Okay.
a huge episode.
It's
a huge episode.
Should I be excited?
You should be excited.
Again, I'm going to tell you. So let me just tell you this. There are very, very few fucking television characters that I hate more than fucking Skylar. Every time she goes on fucking screen, I'm like, oh fuck. What is she gonna
This
fucking
damn
bitch about
nagging
now?
wife.
What is she gonna complain about now? And when she gave this fucking money to Ted Beneke, what the fuck?
That's not her money.
But you know who you've told me, and you have not spoiled it. You told me about all these different characters. One character you didn't tell me about that I might love the most. Why didn't you tell me about Huel?
Huel's the best,
Huel's
dude.
always thinking. I want Huel to be my fucking bodyguard.
I think you used to work with Huel.
I'd hire Huel in a fucking heartbeat.
Did you work with Huel in the mornings about 20 years ago?
I did think he looked a little bit like him. Fucking Huel.
Dude, and when you go watch Better Call Saul, you get Huel's.
Well, you get more Huel?
You get more Huel.
I go, Huel had to take a shit. Fucking, he blew up their bathroom. Oh, he's fucking
And then
good.
Bill Burr comes in there.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Huel was a treat for me.
When Ted Beneke takes the fucking money and goes and buys a Mercedes, it's like, what the fuck?
And then I'm fucking dying. Maybe you weren't supposed to. I was laughing my ass off when he fucking fell on this fucking.
That's a little bit of a
dumb motherfucker.
easy thing to have happen for the drama of the show. But anyway, it's fun.
But my point is, Skyler is one of the most unlikable TV characters in the history of television shows.
Beat poor Walt down.
Is that right, or
yes.
am I right or wrong?
Yes. She's irritating.
Okay, because I just want
she's gonna have some really good moments in the final season, though.
That will redeem her.
I mean,
like
she's a
her?
really good actress.
Well, that's sure, but I'm talking about the character. The actress is terrific.
You'll feel for her probably eventually.
And see,
It's so well made. The show's so well made. The way
Right.
it's shot and all the shit. It's just.
And see, and Phil St. John binge watched it before I did, and so like when Planet Comic Con came to town, he said, "Dad, I know it's expensive. You got it. Can I get a picture of Giancarlo Esposito?" I said, "All right, fuck it." He's my favorite character in Breaking Bad, and so Phil went and got a picture with him and met him and everything else, and now I see why. Just from the fucking box cutter scene alone, I want to get my picture taken with him. So I'm working on. So are you proud of me now? I'm like.
Messner almost spoiled something. He just texted me something. I said, no.
No, don't do that. The fuck. But
You're gonna see that maybe tonight.
There's like 16 episodes in the final season.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's 2 seasons. It's an 8 and an 8.
I'm close.
Yeah.
But like I'm like a week or two away from just sitting down and having a full conversation with you.
Not the whole thing.
Do you look forward to that?
And then
oh shit.
Oh Jesus, he spilled the Metamucil.
Hey,
Show's
it
over.
ain't going nowhere.
It's stuck.
just sitting there.
Look at the top of that thing. It's just a disc of juice. Yeah, but you'll enjoy it. It's a great show. And I know you used to not like Bryan Cranston because you didn't like him as an actor. You hated him as
No, I didn't like Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes. But
he's fat. Like I love Your Honor. He's
I know,
fantastic.
and I think that's what got you into it. You watched Your Honor, you're like, okay.
You know what else he was good in? Sneaky Pete.
Yes.
You never saw Sneaky
I've seen
Pete?
some of Sneaky
He
Pete.
played like, and then we had him on the show, and he's fantastic. So he's great.
I liked him, and he's fucking.
But Hank's the best.
Tim Watley from fucking. He's the anti-dentite.
Hank's awesome.
Dentist. It's so good.
Gus is awesome. I love it. So there,
it's-
you've converted me. I'm
now you've
watching
done
it.
And you'll like Better Call Saul because you love Bob Odenkirk. He's
Yeah.
great in the show. It's a different style of show, but it's a great show.
But there's nobody better than Mike. Because
No,
Mike,
fucking
in many
Mike.
ways, Mike, that's the dad I grew up with.
right.
You know, fucking
When you watch Better Call Saul,
speeding around in a
you'll
fucking
get-
Cadillac doing shit that I can't ask
you
about.
get all the Mike you ever wanted.
You know, getting a phone call, my dad going to just like fixing something for somebody. Like my dad was Mike. Okay,
Yes.
now we got to get to this. Fucking Ben said we can't recap Succession, even though it was a tremendous episode of
These
election
last
night.
couple have been great.
Okay,
Just fucking great.
but see, I don't know what's gonna fucking happen now.
I don't either. This election night, I'll tell you a little bit about my life. I love newsroom type shit in TV shows and movies. One of the reasons I got into television when I was younger. Remember the movie Broadcast News?
Sure.
So that was also my life at the time because I was the guy who liked the girl and she didn't like him. I'm married to her now, so it's fine. But I actually watched that movie with her in high school. But I love the scene in that where they're have breaking news and they run the tape down. I just love that shit. That was one of the reasons I got into this.
Based on your experience, do you think Tom Wamsgans was overly prepared for his
I think
role,
he
or-
couldn't have been more over his skis than he was that night.
He had 3 or 4 phones though.
And I've never, I have been to Channel 4 when I worked in sports on election night and watched how things go. And that was just local news, but I love that fucking shit. So that part of it was really appealing to me. And then the other, the actual, commentary they're making on our world, it was pretty amazing too.
It was
But dude,
great.
These fucking, I've been telling you for 4 years about this show. They're all awful. There's nothing like about any of them.
Well, Rome turned into a son of a bitch,
I think
didn't
we
he?
saw it all this last week, how fucking awful they all are. They're just the fucking worst. Every single one of them.
Shiv was somewhat redeeming in this one.
A little bit, but she's
self-serving because of Mattson and everything else.
She wants to be in charge of the thing, and
I don't
they're
fucking
all
like Mattson at all.
None of them care about the world. They just care about themselves, and I think we're seeing it.
Like when Rome, like America.
Yeah, I don't know how it ends because I don't want any of them to win because I hate them all. So I don't know how to end it. It's very difficult to end a show. That's one of the hardest things to do. To land a show that people have enjoyed is hard. People got mad about Game of Thrones. They didn't like the way it ended.
Somebody asked on Twitter, "Is HBO going to do this to us again?" You remember how they give who ended up the fucking king?
Bran.
Fucking stupid.
If Greg Bran?
Greg Bran is they going to fuck us, and Greg's going to end up fucking running everything.
Maybe so. I don't know. But it's hard to end a show. I think I'll tell you this in a couple weeks. Breaking Bad is one of the greatest finales ever. They do it right. Okay, so this will be hard to do. When people are watching something, it's hard. If they love it, you can't make people happy. I don't know how they're ended. And I don't know what will make people. To make me happy, but they would all lose somehow. I don't know how to do that, but
maybe Greg would be the interesting.
Bran. And he turns out that he is actually Bran.
I don't hate Greg as much.
What would you do if
Bran was that was fucking stupid.
What if Arya Stark came in and fucking stabbed Roman with a fucking...
That was a great moment in fucking Game of Thrones.
Great moment.
And so, but I am worried about the ending being, how many, there's two.
There's two left. That's all there is. Yeah,
being anticlimactic. And so I don't know who I want to.
They're all unlikable. Every time you think one of them's okay, like you feel sorry for Roman because he was fucking made fun of as a kid. He's an awful person.
And Kendall was just in fucking no man's land. He couldn't do shit. He couldn't make a decision.
He can't help his family, like his ex-wife and kids. He's awful. He thought he liked his sister. He's fucking pissed at her because she's fucking him over.
At least Rome
his little brother is working behind his back.
Right.
Does he have conviction or does he just want money? He just wants the fucking deal.
Well, he wants power.
Yeah, but
he wants Mencken to be in fucking power so he could have a direct line to the White House.
He's one of the dumbest fucking. They're just all awful.
Who's dumb? What?
No, Roman, they don't believe in anything. None of them
was fucking Greg, after Greg ratted out Shiv in a relationship with Mattson, and then they're in there, he's walking down the hall. Did he have like a smirk on his face?
Well,
I kept trying to, but he was like, because do you think.
They're so abusive to him when he walks in.
But how much of that fucking dumb act is an act? I'm talking about the character.
Oh, the Greg? Oh, it could be a lot. I mean, he's pretty bright. He's maneuvered himself into this thing.
That's what I'm telling you. Think about where he is now.
When Tom made him, shred the shit on Thanksgiving.
But think about
Kindle
how he's navigated his way through all this bullshit and where he is in such a prime position.
He is.
And so I think it's almost like, The Usual Suspects.
Yeah,
remember, like at the Kaiser Sose, he's he's kind of walking and then he straightens it out, and you find this has been an act. I feel like it's almost because there's going to be a moment where he fucking acts normal and like this has all just been a fucking act because
I don't know.
So he wouldn't be a threat to anyone.
He really is kind of dumb, but it's a great show.
Who's going to emerge? You have to pick.
Give me a week.
You like.
Give me a week on this. Give me a week.
All right.
Nan Pierce is going to emerge.
Oh, jeez. I don't fucking like her either.
President Taylor.
Okay, we'll wrap things up with this. Look at Marco. By the way, we have some fucking.
Has he got ice cream?
We have Dr. Pepper float ice cream.
Oh boy.
Dr. Pepper float flavored ice cream.
Sugar free?
In the fucking no, it's not. Okay, so, you're not going to go see the new Fast 10. You're not a Fast and Furious guy.
No, but I think the one movie I may see in the next 2 weeks. I do want to watch The Machine. I love Burt Kreischer. And I know
is that supposed to be serious?
No, it's a joke. It's a joke that he tells at almost all of his shows, and they made a movie out of a joke.
Should I go see it?
He's fucking hilarious, dude. You got to watch his specials.
I like his podcast.
You need to watch his. He's got several on Netflix. You'd love him. He's fucking great.
Did you see now this didn't come out until October. We'll end it with this. Did you see the trailer for Killers of the Flower Moon?
No, who's in that?
Okay, so this is Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin Scorsese, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio.
Heard of him?
And fucking Robert De Niro.
It's like The Departed again.
And you like Jesse Plemons?
Oh, I love Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, he's in a lot. Sometimes I wonder, like, I don't fucking know if I like him as much as
he's in. You haven't met him yet in Breaking Bad, have you?
What season's he?
He'll be in the whole fifth season.
All right. And so anyway, Oh, look, look at the fucking.
Put some
look at this.
Metamucil in that.
Steven's gonna star in a parody show called Breaking Back.
Bluebell. Yeah, that's pretty. That's actually
That's
fucking
a
funny.
good joke.
We'll taste this Dr. Pepper float in
I
here.
haven't tasted it yet either.
And so they had the cast on this fucking movie is unbelievable. But right there,
What's it about?
you don't need. So okay, I'm gonna read this to you. Maybe not. So first of all, just based on that, will you see it?
Yes. I like Scorsese movies. Leo's great. I'm maybe almost done with De Niro at this point.
What the fuck did you just say?
He's like fucking 80 years old. He's fine. Give me that ice cream.
How are you ever fucking done with De Niro?
I don't know.
And his body of work. Okay, so this is what the description of the movie is. So tell me if this is thumbs up or thumbs down. It's based on a book.
Mm-hmm.
It is it investigates a series of murders of wealthy Osage people that took place in Osage County, Oklahoma.
Is this the movie that got filmed in Rob Manning's house?
Yeah, in the early 1920s.
Yeah.
After big oil deposits were discovered beneath their land.
Rob Manning, sales guy at Sports Radio 810, they shot part of this movie in his home, I think.
In the book, it's after the book. The book details the newly formed FBI's investigation of the murders.
I think.
So yeah, no, that's yes,
That's the movie, yeah.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
No, I'll watch that movie.
And so Brendan Fraser, just hot off winning the Best Actor, he's in it as well.
How big is he?
Well, he's not that big. That was
that big.
prosthetics.
Prosthetics. I will watch that movie. I don't dislike. I thought The Irishman was a little too much, a little too long. I'm sorry. Is it time to fucking turn the microphone off?
What, like, why? How's that too long? It wasn't long enough. Just fucking give me more shit.
Wasn't that good?
How about this? For the next podcast that you're on, I want you to investigate this.
Okay.
And settle this debate that I had. I got into a shouting match with someone about this. And I'm not even sure which side I'm on right now. I just like shouting at people.
Of course.
This is your homework.
Ready.
But I want you, because I don't want you to just answer this right off the top of your head.
I'll think about it.
You go home and you tell me who has a better body of work, Al Pacino or Robert De Niro.
That's a good question.
You have to look at it. And then
I'll
also,
grade it out.
right? Okay. And then also, you have to tell me who you think is the greatest living actor. And you know who I think it might be?
You're going to taint my vision.
Well, I'm just going to tell you. These are the nominees.
Okay.
Jack Nicholson. Because if you look at awards, Jack
He's
Nicholson.
won a lot of them.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis. And then you can, if you like De Niro.
De Niro.
Or someone that I'm not mentioning, I'll fucking listen to DiCaprio. I don't fucking
young
care.
Leo.
But those are the two, number one, who has, because there's a big debate, De Niro or Pacino, who has the best body of work, and then tell me who the greatest living actor is. Next podcast.
I'm ready.
I'll fucking argue with you on all this
We'll
shit.
fight about it. This is someone you fought with someone at graduation here. They came up and wanted to talk about Bobby Witt. And you
Maybe.
started yelling about
I just
Robert
want,
De Niro.
look,
You
don't
thought they
talk
meant
to
Bobby
me.
De Niro?
You see me, just nod, and I'll know that you get it.
Yeah.
All right?
And
So
give me
there's
a
a
knowing
wide
glance.
variety of topics you've just gone over. I've got a
Dude, you're
list.
going to love Jesse Plemons in season 5.
Am I?
Fuck yes.
I'm
You know what
looking forward
Here's
to
the
it.
deal. I'll give you a hint. Here's the deal.
Don't fucking,
It's not
don't
spoiled.
ruin nothing.
His name is Todd.
That's why I love him.
Yes.
All right, well, hold on. Live on the air. Let's do this.
That was good, by the way. I had a bite of ice
People
cream.
know that my favorite beverage is what?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
DDP. This will be the first time I'm tasting Bluebell Ice Cream's new Dr. Pepper Float flavored ice cream.
That'd go good.
like
with
it, Ben?
Would it go good with the Diablo sandwich?
We go good with this Metamucil.
Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Diet Dr.
By
Pepper
the way, that
root beer
fucking
float from Bluebell
I
ice cream.
spilled that shit on purpose. That shit almost made me vomit.
You need to finish that. Take it up with a straw.
Hold on.
Take a bite. It's very good. It tastes like a Dr. Pepper float, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck. That would get me in fucking trouble.
Luckily, there's only half the thing left. You're okay.
Oh, that's really good.
It's good. Tastes just like a Dr.
not
Pepper
overpowering.
float. No, it's perfect.
You want me to? What do you want me to do?
I want you to get that straw, and I want you to suck up part of that off that counter.
Why?
Well, because you spilled it. Or hold on, let me get a little video on my phone if Ben can edit it in. You got him? How was it?
Oh God, fuck. Let's break. All right, and that's enough. That's enough doing dumb shit to try to get clicks. Thank you, Todd.
Yep.
This has been Hot Mic with SSJ. Until next week, the microphone, thankfully, is fucking off.